So, folks, I'm with Ralph Haney, who has a terrific product called Glo-Blades. And Ralph, without any further ado, tell them about this great product for skating.
Glo-Blades is the first product to come out that actually allows you the opportunity to skate on light, and that's what this big thing here says. Stop skating in black and white. What Glo-Blades allow you to do is create a personal light show.
Stand up and let them see that a little bit.
So you can see that a little better. Glo-Blades allow you to create your own personal light show either on the ice or on the ground beneath you, because Glo-Blades work on ice skates, both figure skates and hockey skates, and they also work on rollerblades or inline skates. So rollerblading at dusk outside is a blast, and I'll tell you, you turn a lot of heads. Glo-Blades is unique in the sense that there are a few people out there playing around their garage or playing in their living room and attaching lights to skates, but nobody has actually brought a product to market that's a viable product that works well and really interfaces with the skater and the world around them. Ultimately, Glo-Blades are going to interact with smartphones, Wi-Fi, each other. We have a wireless glove that controls them. They're going to interact with a central controller in the rink so that everybody skating in a public session could be controlled and interact with the music, interact with each other. And then when you extrapolate from there, you go into obviously skating shows like Disney on Ice and Holiday on Ice and such, but you also go to incredible experiences like night hockey. And night hockey is where you have a lighted puck and a lighted goal, and lines under the ice are lighted, and their uniforms are lighted, and their sticks are lighted, and their helmets are lighted, and they all talk to each other wirelessly, integrated entirely, so that you imagine this: you go into an arena, you sit down, it's kind of dark in there. Suddenly this music comes up, a little bit of light comes up, and then the orange team lights up, and the blue team lights up, and the puck lights up, and then music comes, and you experience an arena event, a sporting event like you've never seen before. And truthfully, I'm not a huge hockey fan. I'm more of a baseball fan, but I follow hockey enough to know that this is a pretty exciting piece. And the hockey skaters that we had come in and shoot our sizzle video with us, we were shooting at like 12:30 at night, and I wanted to go home, and I said, guys, we have enough footage. And they said, no, man, 10 more minutes. Just give us 10 more minutes. They were so much into it, they didn't want to get off the ice. So, Glo-Blades has a big production aspect to it, where it could come out and be a big event product, but it's also very much a consumer product. Kids love Glo-Blades. So when I go skating up at Snoopy's Home Ice, which is our home ice here in Santa Rosa, California, when I do testing up there, I'll get on the ice, and all the rinks, they bring the lights down, they put on a disco ball, play music, and create that whole atmosphere. So we'll be skating around, and I'll suddenly fire up my Glo-Blades by touching my fingers together, and boom, I've got this light under me, and all the kids around me, every time I hear this, whoa, dude, where'd you get that? Oh, God, man, I gotta have those. And then the next question is, hey, how'd you change the lights? And I pull my sleeve back, and I show them the wireless glove, and I'm touching my fingers together, and then it's over. It's Mom, birthday's coming, Mom. And so it's a 1-2 punch there with skating on light and then the wireless control.
How did you come up with such an incredible idea?
It's one of those serendipity moments. My aha moment was, and I don't happen to have the pen with me, but we were skating one night, and I happened to have a pen with me that had a blue LED in the end. And just for whatever reason, I pulled it out, and I shone it down on the ice, and shone, is that a word? I shined it down on the ice, and it created a cool effect. The crystals, and it was blue. Blue is a great color for the ice. The crystals kind of diffused the light, and it was a neat effect. And it's funny because the rink manager was standing nearby off the ice, and he said, hey, what was that? And I thought I was in trouble because you're not supposed to have anything on the ice, no iPods, cameras, nothing. And I said, oh, I'm sorry, I was just shining a light down there. And he said, do it again, it looked kind of cool. So I shined it down, and we kind of talked about it a bit, and he said, no, we haven't seen any lighted skates, but we've kind of been expecting them, This is, lights are showing up everywhere, LEDs are showing up everywhere, right. It's kind of a natural. And of course, kids love color and lights and everything. So I went to my local department store. I bought 5 more of those pens. I literally cut them in half. I duct taped them to the side of my boot. literally duct tape. Got on the ice next week, turned all 5 of them on, just one boot. And all the kids around me just exploded, like, whoa, where did you get that? And they thought it was a product, you know. They thought I had a boot, I created a skate, a lighted skate, or had a product. And so immediately I knew there was demand.
Huh.
And so my next step was to try to do a proof of concept. So I worked through a couple really basic prototypes. I had some USB reading lights that plug into a laptop, and I messed with those and swapped out the white LEDs with blue LEDs. And I did some really crude mock-ups just to try to emulate what it should look like. And Glo-Blades is, the whole idea has never been about blinking lights like you see on the tennis shoes of the kids and everything. It was about skating on light and creating pools of magical color underneath the skater as they skate by. So it's always been about the experience of skating on light. So to make a long story short, I came to realize that I'd reached my abilities with technology and tinkering, that I needed to get somebody involved who could really help me out. So I walked into an electronics store one day, and I said, hey, I'd like to buy some of those LEDs, and how much, I asked the guy over the counter, how much do you know about LEDs? Well, the guy pulls out a pencil and a pad, and he starts explaining to me the physics of how LED light enters the human light ball and is interpreted by the brain, and all this stuff. Wow. And I was like, hey, can I hire you? And so we worked out a deal, and he built me my first prototype, my first real prototype, which I actually happen to have here.
Yeah.
Because I came to realize that what we really need is multiple colors, fading, so 1 and 2, multiple colors, fading via remote control.
Right.
So he built me a little remote control device, very crude, and you'll see here, these are the light tubes that go on the skate, and this is the controller pack that wraps around the ankle. Now again, this is an early prototype. So, but this is the beauty of it, that this was a quantum leap. So this wireless glove, I spent many hours on the ice trying to figure out what is the safest way to skate, because skating is inherently dangerous anyway. You know, what's the safest way to control these lights? And I played with key fobs, I played with remote controls, I played with a watch, all kinds of wacky ideas. And it finally came to me, the safest way to skate is the safest way to make a control effect is simply touching your fingers together while you're skating. So what I did is I came up with this wireless glove. So there's a conductive cloth is the transporter, and again, this is crude, but it's all going to be miniaturized ultimately. And you simply touch your fingers together to get a color change. So in this one, the index finger is green, the middle finger is blue, and the ring finger is red. Now, and there's a nice fade between these colors. I don't know how much you can see on the screen, but
I can see it very well. Yeah.
Okay, so what in between the colors, like in between red and blue, are these beautiful secondary colors. So what we're working, one of the things we're working on now is being able to freeze the secondary colors. So if the girl happens to have a chartreuse outfit and she wants these Glo-Blades to match her chartreuse outfit, right, she'll be able to freeze in between the primary colors and get what she wants. And then this crude model, the pinky turns it off.
Let me make a quick observation. If you had your little sign language to music, you could actually make the colors change to the music. And maybe that can be applied to the blades.
Well, that's in the patent. To be honest with you, the patent is pretty broad. The patent was granted February of 2013. So the patent for Glo-Blades is primarily about wireless control. And the reason being, there are so many patents out there. Nobody can claim the very basic model, which is lights on skates, because that's already been patented and abandoned. It's called public domain. So what we focused on was wireless control, because if anybody can go ahead and put lights on their skates and they can even bring them to market. But I'll tell you what, after skating for half an hour or so and you're only red or only blue,
right,
it gets old. And you really want to have control. And so we've taken it to the nth level by bringing in every wireless protocol and every wireless device that might come down the pike, and that's within our patent, within our protected IP. So we can interface with anything, pretty much, anything that's wireless. But that model that I just showed you was the first real leap to a product that when I got on the ice for the first time with that, I mean, it was I had the whole rink looking at me. I had the managers of the rink looking at me and saying, wow, we see the potential. And so, one thing led to another. We wanted to get to market. It's tough to get to market with a new product without a big bankroll. So it's been a step at a time. So I'll show you one more product I have here, and this is the product that's on Kickstarter, because we have our Kickstarter campaign going right now.
Right.
And you know what? I'm gonna divest here for a moment and put in a plug for my partner. My partner, and you may have seen these on the Olympics on TV, because a lot of the skaters coming off the ice,
right. I've seen those. Yes.
When they come off the ice, the first thing they do is they put on their skate guards, right?
Right.
You may have seen a lot of these cool skate guards coming off the ice.
Yeah.
These are called rockers, and these are an entirely new concept in skate guards. You'll notice that they're very high tech.
Mm-hmm.
They have a surface on the bottom that is corrugated, so you have a lot of traction. They are curved, hence the name rockers. So they're ergonomically designed to actually help you walk safer when you're off the ice. And they're two-piece. You can custom color your own design. This is my daughter. She happened to like blue and orange. So in the Olympics, when you see these skaters coming off the ice, you'll notice most of the Americans and a few of the other countries have rockers. Well, rockers was designed and is being manufactured by the Olympic skater on our board of directors, whose name is Charles Sinek, and his partner is Beata Handra, and they have a company called Penguin Specialty Products, and they are Olympic team skaters from 2002. They're making this product, and we're kind of teaming up with them a bit, and we're offering another product they make is called skate tape, and you'll see in a minute, skate tape is being used in our product as well. So I just put in my plug for rockers because it's a great product. I love them, and I don't know if you noticed, but they actually fit on this skate with our current Glo-Blades product, which is a very basic product, no wireless. This is the first to market product. So what's on here is light tubes. You can see along the bottom.
Yes.
And again, these go on roller blades, basically the same way they go on the ice skates. It's very simple. Around the ankle part is a touch strap, just like a touch lamp. It's the same technology, so if I touch this, the lights will come on. If I touch it again, they'll sequence through 6 colors. There's 6 different colors. So it's pretty simple, and actually currently these fade out to nothing and then the new color comes on, but we're going to change that. I don't like the nothing moment. I want to get rid of that nothing moment and just have them fade to just a very low level and then come back into the next color. So it's easy programming for us, and ultimately you're going to be able to program your own Glo-Blades anyway. You're going to be able to program the color you want, the fade you want, the hue, the RGB values, red, green, blue. It's going to be a nice interface with the consumer, and they can control their own thing.
Now, I've advocated that Gracie Gold and Ashley Wagner should have your Glo-Blades, among other things, but you've got Olympians and legendary skaters that have already endorsed and are using this product. Can you talk about them?
Yes. We have a...
That's neat. Hold that up, too. That's really neat. Hold that up a little bit more. That's really neat.
Okay, just get a little closer if I can.
Yeah, that's up a little bit more there. How's
that?
Perfect. Yes. Awesome.
So before I touch on your question, the cool thing about this product is it's rechargeable lithium-ion battery, so you don't have to go buy batteries. You just plug it in and recharge it in about 45 minutes. The runtime right now is about 2 hours, so you can get a solid 2 hours and usually more. Again, there are 6 colors. It goes on and off the skate very easily. So I can take this off of this ice skate and put it on my rollerblade and walk outside and start rollerblading at the same time. They don't talk to each other because, again, this is not the wireless model. Mm-hmm. So you would touch the other ankle in the other way. I mean, in the same way to control that one. So what you can do is multiple colors. I could have this one yellow, and I could have the other side blue or green or whatever, which is kind of cool. Multiple colors turns out to be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, cow colors.
I'm a Niners fan, so it could be red and gold. Well, red and yellow. We don't quite have gold, but similar effect. So this product is really easy to go on and off the skates. This is a low-end product in the sense that there's no high technology here. But we do want to do a production run of 5,000 units. That's our goal. and start working with the local rinks here in the Bay Area in Northern California and across the nation. If anybody out there would like to contact us about getting these in your rink, just go to Glo-Blades.com and reach out to me or reach out to one of our team members there. So in the back here, I want to mention before again I'll answer your question about the Olympics. There's a piece of skate tape. So what we recommend is, because there are external wires, but they can be adjusted in height and length up here to make it a snug fit, we suggest putting a piece of skate tape here before you go skating, and it just keeps them nice and snug against the skate, and there's no danger of catching them. This is long because I haven't cut this, and I didn't want to cut this because this is a new unit. In other words, you can custom cut this Velcro piece here in the back to fit your skates, and then it's easy each time. So that's why it's sticking out long. But normally that would just be cut by the end user, the consumer, and it would be a nice custom fit for their skate.
Huh.
So
impressive, very impressive.
Thank you. I'll tell you, skating on light is a blast. Once you go skating on light, it's really hard to go back. That's the reason we have this phrase, stop skating on black and white, because once you start skating on light, it's really hard to go back to black and white. Skating's not the same after you got your own personal light show. And there's a lot of dynamics that can go with that. It doesn't just have to be one color at a time. It could be reacting to music. It could be reacting to motion. It could be reacting to each other. Any kind of an external input. And again, that's part of Glo-Blades, is interfacing the skater and their light show with the external world.
And I might add, off camera, you told me that inline skaters, rollerbladers, could use it, which makes it great at night for safety reasons, right? As opposed, in addition to just entertainment,
Absolutely. Glo-Blades can be seen for almost a half mile.
Wow!
Yeah, they're bright. I'll tell you, they are bright. We shot some video, and in fact, I think there's a little bit of that in our Kickstarter video, one of the sizzle videos out there on YouTube, where we shot video of a skater going around a pond in a community center here in Petaluma. We're in Petaluma, California, and that is that's about an eighth of a mile. And I'll tell you, it was so bright, you could see the guy. The clarity is amazing. So yeah, they can be seen almost to a half mile in a straight shot. No question, if you're rollerblading in the evening, and San Francisco does this big critical mass rollerblading thing where they have 100 skaters, and we're going to connect into that, tie into those guys at some point. A big safety factor, absolutely. You can be seen, which is cool. And the funny thing is here, Zenny, people have been skating with light for a long time. Mm-hmm. They've been putting blinkies on their body. They put blinkies on their skates. They wear LED things like you get at Disneyland, the bracelets and the necklaces, and LEDs on their hats and whatever. In fact, I went skating at Niagara Falls in Ontario, the Canadian side, a couple years ago, and they had this new thing called the Rink at the Brink, where it's supposed to be a snowball's throw from the Niagara Falls. And they do this big light show, a big light event every year called the Festival of Lights. And they have big spotlights, colored spotlights going on the falls. Well, I thought, wow, what a great venue to bring my Glo-Blades along. So I skated up there. And it was exactly what I anticipated. People had blinkies on. It was all about the experience of skating with some color and some light and all this effect. But nobody was skating on light. When I brought the Glo-Blades, fired them up, of course, the same reaction. Whoa, dude, where'd you get those? So the rink manager came on the ice and he said, man, where did you get those? We want to sell them here next year.
Nice.
Well, I said, hey, as soon as we get to market, I'd love to have you. And they gave me a nice letter of intent. So I got several letters of intent, some fairly large venues. They're showing interest.
And you also have a number of champion skaters that have said great things and used the product, right?
Yeah, so back to your original question. When it became apparent that I can't do this venture on my own, I tried to surround myself with people that are smarter than I am, because I'm an inventor, I'm a tinkerer, that's what I really love. I'm not, I don't want to go out and learn finance, I don't want to go out and learn marketing. I can do sales because I'm so passionate about Glo-Blades, because I believe in them. But the rest of those pieces of the business model, I kind of leave to other guys. And one of those is, validation in the skating industry. there are only a very few number of skaters that don't dig Glo-Blades, and those are the purists. Those are the true purist figure skaters who think it's a distraction from the sport. And that's fine. I understand that. I have no problem with that. And it's, in the world of music, I feel the same way. I'm just a bit of a music snob because, that's so I can see there's an analogy there. However, the majority of people love it, and even the show industry itself has embraced Glo-Blades. And one of those reasons is the skating industry in the U.S. is suffering. It's at one of its all-time lows right now. Ice skating, I'm talking about. Europe, it's huge, and I've gotten great feedback from Europe and some great sponsors, potential sponsors over there, including Robert Cousins, which is he's got a great big ice show going on over there. We're working through some dialogue now. The skating industry, Glo-Blades are good for the skating industry in the United States and North America because it's something new. Skates haven't changed a whole lot in the several decades. So when the industry started showing interest and starting embracing Glo-Blades, I reached out to some industry big names, via Twitter and just cold calls. And one of those cold calls was Charles and Beata, the Olympic skaters from 2002, who happen to live in the Bay Area. Their home ice is over in Oakland. And it turns out they had this Rockers product that I talked about before. It was some good synergy. Like, hey, you guys already have this product. Here's Glo-Blades. Look at this. And they immediately said, whoa, this is a cool product too. Glo-Blades is pretty cool. So we started working together. I asked them to join our advisory board, and they did. We also have Lisa Navarro on our advisory board, which is Kim Navarro's mom. A lot of people know Kim Navarro and Brent Balmatry. They were on they're members of Aerial on Ice, and they've been on several television shows. And they were in our video on Kickstarter, and they're kind of our spokespersons. And they love skating on ice, so they see the potential there. So we have a good connection with the skating industry, and we've got some pretty good names involved. And if you look at our Kickstarter page, and we'll be getting this on
folks with a click right below his face.
Thank you. Excuse me, I've been battling a cold. You'll notice on our Kickstarter page that we have several pretty big names that have come back to us. Who see the potential and love Glo-Blades and want to be involved. And so we're really excited to welcome all of them into the mix. And I'll touch very, very briefly in an ambiguous way about March 2nd at Snoopy's Home Ice in Santa Rosa. We have something very special planned on March 2nd. I don't want to share too much information because it's going to be something that hasn't been seen before. Glo-Blades in general haven't really been seen before, but this is taking it to another level, and it's going to be on a very professional level. And I think the world's really going to dig this. What's happening on March 2nd? So if you're in the area and you want to go to Snoopy's Home Ice,
the address for Snoopy's is, where is it at?
I don't know the exact street address, but it's Steel Lane, Steele.
There it is. It's popping up right there, folks, in the graphic. There's the address.
Oh, Steel Lane, Santa Rosa, California. And it's a wonderful place. It's if you have any kids, it's a wonderful family venue because not only is the ice rink there, which is Snoopy's Home Ice, and it's all about peanuts.
Right.
But there's also the Schultz Museum and a gift shop, and the grounds are beautiful. It's a wonderful place to spend the day. And that's where Glo-Blades started. Glo-Blades, that's the grassroots. Glo-Blades all started at Snoopy's Home Ice. So ultimately, someday, what I hope to see is Glo-Blades on Joe Cool. You remember the Snoopy caricature, Joe Cool?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the sunglasses, Joe Cool.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Perfect marriage of brands, I believe.
always think of the music when I think of that. Anyway.
Well, I think Joe Cool and Glo-Blades would be great.
To close, folks, again, join the Kickstarter campaign. The link is right here. And Ralph, we're going to talk many more times again, but thank you so much.
Oh, I'm honored to be here. I thank you, Zenny. Please do go to Glo-Blades.com and check us out. And we're coming. We're coming out in 2014. So if you want to be the first in the world to go skating on light, now's your chance with Kickstarter to pre-order the product.
That's right. So. Hey, thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.